Yeah. We had the other study I'd like to tell people about was we did a study with women 55, 65 years old. They were all you had to be diagnosed by your medical doctor that you had dementia. We had them do the Cambridge Science testing, which is an online test that tells us if they have cognitive decline. They all did. They weren't Alzheimer's; these were dementia patients. So it's and then what we did was we did the QEEG readings on them, and what we noticed was they had the same brains as an ADD child. Their left hemisphere was moving slower than their right, and so we developed a series with BrainTap called the New Mind. And that's because the equipment we were using was called the New Mind. So we called the series that. And what we did was we sped up the left hemisphere, we slowed down the right hemisphere. They did that one time a day. Now this group took home the BrainTap because I don't think you could make that change with just 3 times a week. You might be able to, but I said, we need to get them home with it, see what happens. So they were doing morning sessions, which we call digital coffee. We have sessions that wake up. The brain wave we're trying to train in the morning is called SMR, sensory motor rhythm. And that brainwave actually has to do with the vestibular system. So a lot of people think they lose their balance because they're getting older and they're losing muscle. But we showed in one study that it's not that. That's part of it. But the biggest part of it is you're missing that brainwave, the SMR brainwave. Once you train to that brainwave, people had better stability, more strength, and better cognitive repair. So what we did, everything was tested. They went back to their doctor after 6 weeks. We already knew the results because we saw their brain scans. We had them do the cognitive testing. They were no longer on the dementia scale. Every one of them, their doctor said, if you'd have came in like this 6 weeks ago, I'd have never diagnosed you with dementia. What are you doing? And when they said, oh, we're using this machine called the BrainTap, every one of their doctors said, no way, that's not it. What else did you do? Because they just don't think like, it could be that easy. Now, we did a 1-year study after that. They own the equipment, right? They continue to get better. So you can only get so good. We have a way to measure, giving it a number from 1 to 100 on our NeuroScan, our NeuroCheck technology. And every person in the study on an energy basis where we could measure energy across the hippocampus was below 20% of their brain's potential. After the 6 weeks, they were all above 60%. And now most of them are around 70%. And now we're doing a bigger study at Seminole College where we did the golf program there. I don't know, maybe I should, since I'm mentioning that, the college had us come in and work with their golf team. They were the national champions 3 years ago. Now they're national champions 3 years in a row. We actually showed that we improved their alpha score, which has to do with focus and concentration, by 300%. And these are elite athletes, golfers. And so they already had a great focus, but we were still able to improve it 300%. And now they use it. If you go to Seminole College's website, they gave a page to BrainTap because they use BrainTap now to recruit people into the college. The way they do this is they tell them that they're working with their mental health, because mental health is such a big deal right now in college. I mean, we had the neurophysiology department in Brazil at the college that our science officer was with, Dr. Sidral. They actually are naming their neurocenter BrainTap Neurocenter because of the results we gave them with all their students. And they're doing the government paid $250,000 to do a digital drug study there, and it's going fantastic. So the guys, he really wants to get into showing people that they can do this with their own neuropharmacy, not with Walgreens, or the corner drugstore. Right. That you can get your brain right. So we have a lot of research. I mean, we just finished 11. We have 12 studies going on right now. We're doing 2 studies with PTSD in the military. These poor guys and gals, they come home, they've been 3 and 4 times in war situations. I mean, their brain doesn't know what side's up.
That's really fantastic. You're mentioning all these conditions. I know I think something like 1,400 different sessions on the BrainTap app, right? Yeah. So with different conditions like the ones you mentioned for dementia patients or PTSD patients, so there are different sessions that are particularly tailored to their condition, correct?
Yes, we have. Yeah, it's all about neuroplasticity. So there's got to be enough. Most series are 7 to, our weight loss series has over 200 sessions. So because it's dependent upon what your issue is, like if you have somebody sabotaging your weight loss, or if you can't say no on the weekends. You know, we have different sessions for that, but most of the programs are 7 to 14 weeks. They have that protocol that they would listen to.